federal employees are expressing alarm over a list compiled by the American Accountability Foundation, OFF, a conservative watchdog group backed by the Heritage Foundation. This list targets civil servants working in health equity roles, sparking concerns about a renewed wave of McCarthyism-style attacks on federal workers. The OFF's actions are part of a broader conservative movement to dismantle diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) initiatives within the federa. DEI programs, rooted in the Civil Rights Act of 1964, aim to provide equal opportunities to marginalized groups, including women, people of color, individuals with disabilities, and veterans. However, these programs have become a focal point for conservative criticism, with past administrations actively working to undermine them through executive orders. The OFF's recently published Watchlist, the third such list in 4 months, focuses on previous lists targeted Department of Homeland Security and Department of Education workers. AAF President Thomas Jones claims the list aims to expose the pernicious influence of DEI ideology within federal agencies. He dismisses concerns about the safety of those listed, characterizing any claims of threats as a cowardly way to change the subject. The OFF, partially funded by the Heritage Foundation, the organization behind the right-wing Project 2025 government overhaul plan, intends to expand the healthcare watchlist further. The tactics employed by the AAF and similar groups bear a striking resemblance to those used during the McCarthy era, the infamous Second Red Scare of the late 1940s and 1950s. Senator Joseph McCarthy's campaign, fueled by anti-communist paranoia, resulted in the investigation of numerous federal employees, actors, and artists. Many faced blacklisting and career ruin, highlighting the devastating consequences of such politically motivated targeting. This modern-day resurgence of public shaming through targeted lists started with Turning Point USA's Professor Watchlist in 2016. This list, featuring nearly 200 educators, triggered harassment and death threats against many targeted academics, showcasing the destructive potential of such politically charged actions. The OFF's watchlist represents a concerning continuation of this trend, utilizing similar tactics of public shaming and potentially inciting harassment. The implications extend far beyond mere political disagreement. These actions undermine the integrity of the federal workforce and create a climate of fear and intimidation that stifles open discourse and threatens the well-being of dedicated public servants. The parallels to the McCarthy era are undeniable, underscoring the gravity of the situation and the urgent need for robust protection of federal employees against this form of politically motivated harassment. The long-term consequences of such actions risk undermining the principles of fairness, due process, and the ability of the federal government to effectively serve the public interest. The use of public lists as tools for intimidation and harassment represents a dangerous precedent and a threat to the democratic principles of free speech and open government. The targeting of individuals based on their political beliefs and professional responsibilities creates a chilling effect, discouraging participation in public service and limiting the diversity of perspectives within government agencies. The intentional creation of a climate of fear and uncertainty undermines the effectiveness and morale of the federal workforce. The need for protection against this form of politically motivated harassment cannot be overstated. This is not simply a matter of political disagreement. It is a fundamental assault on the integrity and independence of the federal civil service. The deliberate targeting of individuals who are dedicated to public service and committed to promoting equity and inclusion in healthcare is deeply troubling and requires immediate and decisive action to ensure the safety and well-being of those unjustly targeted. The use of lists to incite harassment and intimidation is a dangerous tactic with severe consequences for individuals and the functioning of the federal government. It is crucial to address this issue with urgency and determination to prevent further escalation and protect the vital role of the federal civil service in serving the public interest. The potential for chilling effects on free speech and open discourse within the federal government demands immediate and comprehensive measures to counter this dangerous trend. This is not just a matter of protecting individual employees. It is a matter of protecting the integrity and effectiveness of the entire federal government. The continued inaction in the face of such tactics would set a dangerous precedent, emboldening future attacks on those who serve the public interest. A robust defense of the federal civil service against politically motivated harassment is not just essential, but absolutely vital for the preservation of democratic values and the proper functioning of government.